So the Knicks, congratulations to the New York Knicks. They pulled out an impressive Game 1 win over the Indiana Pacers. Brunson dropped 43 points, which now makes him the first player to have 40-plus points and 5-plus assists in 4 consecutive playoff games. This one went down to the wire. Clutch shots late. Brunson, phenomenal fourth quarter. So I'm going to know, were you surprised that the Knicks were actually able to pull off this win in Game 1 against a very, very good Pacers offense?
Not really. I was a little worried there down the stretch. I mean, they were behind at the end of the first half by 6, at the end of the third quarter by 5, and then in the fourth quarter they outscored the Pacers by 9 points. So it was a comeback win, but they were playing at home.
That's true.
And they are the favorite team, the number 2 seed. So, beating the Pacers was expected. And they delivered. Now, whether they'll be able to continue this torrid pace of having their players play almost every minute of every game is a question mark in my mind. We saw they ran out of gas last year. Well, at least Jalen Brunson did a little bit, and that may happen again. I mean, he's playing 44 minutes last night. Josh Hart playing 48 minutes, played 48 minutes in the previous game, the closeout game against the 76ers. Been playing almost every minute of every game. Had a great game. 13 boards, 8 assists, and 24 points. That's productive, man. Almost a triple-double. And I thought that he's really made a difference for them this year in the playoffs. And Brunson, I still think he's the best player in the playoffs so far. And he's 43 points. 6 boards, 6 assists. Wow. Those 2 guys. DiVincenzo, too, stepping up. 44 minutes, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 25 points. So they got most of their production out of those 3 players with Anunoby, 13 points, 9 boards. That was impressive. 4 assists. And Hartenstein, who's played better this year, right?
He's played
36
tremendous.
minutes, 13 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. So, they did have some players off the bench. Mitchell Robinson playing 12 minutes. Didn't really have much of an impact. 2 rebounds, 2 points, 1 assist. McBride, 11 minutes, no points this time. He usually hits some threes. That's what they put him in there for. And Achua, he was in there for 4 minutes, 1 point, 1 rebound. So it's the big 3 for the Knicks are Hart, Brunson, and DiVincenzo. They got most of the points, and they played almost all the minutes.
Yeah.
Whether they can keep that up or not, I question. Maybe that will get them through this series. But then they're probably going up against the Celtics, and wow, the Celtics are a lot deeper than they are. So we'll see. It's only 1 game, so it's got a ways to go yet. I want to hear what you have to say, and then I got a few more things I want to say.
So this series, I think, is going to be a shock to a lot of people. I think if you're looking at the Knicks get run out based on how fast the Pacers play, I don't think that's going to happen. If you think the Knicks are going to absolutely shut down with their tremendous defense, a Pacers offense that really is very, very quick, it's not going to happen. This is going to be another back-and-forth battle between a very, very, very quick offense. They're number 2 in offensive rating, number 1 in pace. Have a lot of possessions, and they score a lot of points very, very quickly. So this series is going to be a lot of back and forth. It's about how will the Knicks be able to keep up with the fast-paced nature of the Indiana Pacers. Because the Knicks showed a little bit of worry there. If the Pacers start hitting shots, I'm going to be worried because they fell for basically every single pump fake the Pacers threw their way. Mitch Robinson, and I said this now going on for 2 years, Mitch Robinson is not as valuable as people think. Yes, he gets a bunch of offensive rebounds, but we saw when he got out towards the end of last year, the calendar year, Hartenstein stepped up big time, so much so that Mitch isn't even a starter no more, and I don't think he will be moving forward. I just think Hartenstein and Randall will probably be your 1 and your 2 if they decide to keep Randall and not trade him before the beginning of next season. But what I do think, though, and we saw this, Isaiah Jackson, who came off the bench, is a much faster player than Mitch Robinson. So when the Knicks put in their 3 bench players that they decide to play, most of the time it's only 2. If Achua gets any minutes, it's shocking, but they may need to use a couple of the bench players now because they're so thin on the bench. Isaiah Jackson is a much quicker big man than Mitch Robinson can dream to be. So, and because the Pacers have such a fast pace to them, because they get the ball down the court very, very fast, that I think the Knicks are going to be basically outmatched 5v4. Because, I mean, laterally, we saw Jackson run down the court. Mitch Robinson's huffing and puffing like he's carrying 1,000 pounds on his back. That's a problem I got. Also, that I think Isaiah Jackson is going to be I'm not saying dark horse MVP of this series, but I think he should be used a lot more in this series. He played the fewest second half minutes of any player on the Pacers. He was a +7 in the first half. You might want to play him a little bit more. In 5 minutes, he had 2 blocks, 1 assist, and 2 points. He was the only player in the entire game, when matched up with someone, to not give up a single basket. Offensive players against Isaiah Jackson were 0 for 2. So defensively, he had a pretty decent game. I think offensively, he needs to be used a little bit more because he's quick, he's agile, he can get around slow Mitch Robinson, and so I think they got to use him more. But I was impressed through and through with Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter. You dropped 21 points in the fourth quarter. Dante DiVincenzo, massive third quarter. He had, I think, 15 points. 15 points in the third quarter. I mean, you got to have players like that. He went 3 of 4 from 3. You have to have players to hit your shots because you are 100% right. This series is a 3-man game. It's the Villanova guys.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo, Brunson, and Hart. That's who you got. If you get no offensive production from any of them, the Pacers will run you off the court because that's what they do.
What do you think happened to Tyrese Haliburton
I
in
don't
this
know.
game? He only had 6 points.
And not only that, he took 1 shot in the second half. 1 singular shot, and it was in the third quarter. He had no shots in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He is arguably your best player.
Yeah.
He's definitely your
Miles
best
Turner
point.
had a nice game.
He had a very nice game.
23 points. But
Obi
he didn't
Toppin, my man,
he's a
had a
center.
nice game.
He didn't have any rebounds hardly. He only had 2 rebounds.
He's much more of an offensive guy.
I mean, the rebounding was not great for the Pacers.
No.
But they are,
32 total,
their
Obi Toppin at 6.
Their identity is a high-scoring team, and it looks like they're going to be able to do that, right? They had 117 points.
Yeah.
It took 121 points to beat them, so that's a high-scoring game. The Knicks going to be up for that every night against the Pacers, being able to score over 120 points. I don't know.
And not only that, the Knicks have no bench.
Yeah.
The bench scoring 46 to New York 3. I'm still picking them to win, but I just think by game 5, I mean, we're going to have guys playing 45 minutes a game.
They need to get this series over with quickly if they can, and I don't think it's. I'm not so sure that will happen. It would be nice if it was a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
Then they'd maybe get a little rest, but maybe the Celtics are going to. We'll see how they do against Cleveland. Maybe they'll have a gentleman's sweep too. I don't know.
Well, TJ McConnell also played tremendous defense. 4 of 14 when he was guarding players. 28%. That's 20% from the floor. So he was doing an incredible job defensively. But, you talk about Tyrese Haliburton. 87.5% shooting percentage given up. You can't let that happen. Mm-hmm. You can't let that happen. So
I think Jalen Brunson, what a steal.
Absolutely.
What a steal.
We
Dallas.
talked about I remember
Dallas, what a mistake.
We talked about it on the show, how much Dallas is kicking themselves for not. And by the way, he came out and said it was a $1 million difference between the Knicks and the Mavs. $1 million. And we said on the show, it's like Jalen Brunson is a tremendous compliment to Luka Doncic.
He's one of the best point guards in the league now.
I would say he's a top 5 MVP candidate.
Yeah.
I think that's a given right now.
He's elevated his game so much. I mean, and Dallas could have kept him, and they were doing well with him. Yeah. Right? Now they got Kyrie Irving, who had a great game, by the way, in the closeout game against the Clippers. Yeah. But that's a guy I would not trust.
And one last thing. Remember what I harked about in Game 6 of the Knicks series, Sixer series? What's the one thing that I really criticized the Knicks for outside of having a pretty good game? It's one thing.
Was playing the players too much.
No. Free throws.
Oh, right.
Free throws.
Yeah.
84.6%. That's a good percent. Not 71. Brunson, 14 of 14 from the free throw line.
Must have hurt.
Hartenstein, 2 of 2. Not bad.
All right. Mitchell Robinson, did he shoot one?
He did not shoot a single free throw.
That's probably helps that.
Now,
percentage.
Josh Hart, 5'8", don't love that, but he scored 25 points. I'm not going to hate you for it. And he also had 13 rebounds and 8 assists. Nearly had a triple-double. So I'm not gonna hate on you for that. You nearly had a 24-point triple-double. But you know what? 84%, I'll take that from the free throw line. I'm not taking 68%. I'm not taking 72%. You got to be 80, 84, 85 or higher. Because it's going to be games like this where it comes down to the wire, where you need to hit your free throws. And if you can't hit your free throws, then we're going to see more shot attempts because, rebound, push up the court. So I think the Knicks, if this series goes long, I'm nervous because they don't have depth. When they were healthy, they did have a lot of depth. Now, Tom Thibodeau is going to need to play Alec Burks. Unless you want to stick with Precious Achiuwa. Mitch Robinson not having a great series. Miles McBride had 2 good games so far, and people think, he's this tremendous player. No, can he hit an occasional great 3? Yes, he can. But is he going to shake up the entire series? No. But he could have one good game. Game 1, he had a phenomenal game. Then he had another, I think it was game 3 or game 4, where he was okay. No. But he's not going to shake things up. He's not going to, move the needle in favor of the Knicks.
The Knicks need to go out and get some more Villanova players.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Look how good those Villanova players are for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's interesting, isn't it?
It's a good connection.
It's interesting.
Something I'm also thinking about is I don't think the Knicks are going to shoot nearly 50% from 3. They shot only 23 threes, made 11 of them, compared to 10 to 26 from the Indiana Pacers. I don't think the Knicks are going to consistently shoot better than you from 3. That's not really their MO.
No.
They're a heavy defensive team.
But they're going to have to, Nate, because the Pacers' identity is high score.
Then Dante can't have a crap game. He can't disappear like he did in round 1. He had, a good game 6, and he had a good game 1.
No, he's off to a good start in the
He's
series.
off to a great start. 25 points. I'll take that every day of the week. Yeah. But you can't have players disappear. Josh Hart can't score 15 points. Dante can't score 12. Jalen Brunson can score 50. It won't matter. If your 2 other players that need to put up offense can't score, and the Pacers, with the way they've played, Obi Toppin having a career year for him right now, TJ McConnell, great defense, Pascal Siakam, great pickup for them, Miles Turner, he had a buzzer beater 3 to end the half, I believe, or end the quarter. Tyrese Haliburton, maybe one of the best pure point guards in the league. Now, he needs to actually shoot more than 6 shots and definitely shoot more than 1 shot in the entirety of the second half. And then I think dark horse, significant, impact player in Isaiah Jackson. I'm not saying the Pacers got a shot, but I do think that they'll take the Knicks the distance. And that's where I'm going to get worried. And then I think everybody, depending on how long they play, Josh Hart's playing 48 minutes a night. Jalen Brunson playing 45. You're going up against a Celtics team that actually has depth to it. Most likely playing a Boston Celtics team that has depth to it, because I don't think they'll lose to the Cavs. That's where I think the Knicks can get run out of the building.
Is there a chance that Porzingis will be back for the finals? For the
NBA finals?
No, the Eastern Conference finals.
Probably. Well, that's the soonest, because we saw Giannis. He was out the entirety of the Pacers-Bucks series with the same exact injury. So the most likely option is that Porzingis will be there for these, and maybe that the Celtics, because rust versus rest. You gotta, if they crush the Cavaliers, will they be rusty when they play the Knicks? Will Porzingis be healthy enough?
It's going to be a wild series if it happens.
Absolutely,
it's going to be wild.
Well, now the Knicks play the Pacers, I believe, on Wednesday. That's going to be a hell of a game. Game 2, quick pick. Or are you taking the Knicks to go up 2-0 against the Pacers?
Yes.
I'm saying no. Pacers take game 2. I'm saying it's close, though. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.